Hello and welcome to my studio. I'm Leslie and today I'm going to be talking about how to survive grocery shopping if you have anxiety. Now, this isn't just if you have anxiety. I'm sure you can use it in other situations as well, whether you're having a bad day and you're irritable, or even if you don't have anxiety, maybe you'll find some tips that help. I went grocery shopping yesterday and I was in an absolutely horrible mood. I've been irritable lately and I hate grocery shopping. It is one of the things I hate the most because I have social anxiety, and just going out and lacking that control over other people makes it difficult. So over the years, I've developed a lot of different skills to help me get through grocery shopping. And I'm going to share some of those with you, and hopefully maybe it'll help you out too. So the first thing that I'm going to suggest is that you prepare, not just mentally for going into that situation, but getting yourself organized. Make a list, make a meal plan. Figure out exactly what you need. If it helps, even go by the aisle. If you know the grocery store that you're going to well enough and you know what's in what aisle, break it down. I've tried that before. It's never actually helped me. I wung it yesterday when I went grocery shopping. I didn't even make a list because making lists causes me anxiety when it comes to grocery shopping. But that's completely different. Anyway, so yeah, make sure that you make a list and you know exactly what you want to buy, and so you don't end up staring at everything in front of you, because that can get all really overwhelming. All the options. I shop at Aldi and they have less options, but I still find it overwhelming sometimes. And that's not even mentioning the people and dealing with that aspect. So, the next thing that I would suggest is, I personally, when I'm really, really anxious, I listen to music. I put my headphones on, and that helps because I don't know why it helps. For me it does. And I highly suggest trying it. I put on my favorite genre, which is industrial or techno or some EDM, and it really helps me feel like, I guess, it's overwhelming when you have so much going on all at once. And having the music helps, I guess. I don't even know what it does, but I know it helps. So, I just totally dropped my highlighter. Anyway, so if it helps, take somebody with you. There have been times when I have had to have my husband go grocery shopping with me, or even my child, because doing it alone is overwhelming. Even though they don't really make a whole lot of the decisions, just having that moral support is tremendously helpful. I just noticed that I didn't turn my lights on. So I have no idea what the lighting is in here. But I don't really feel like stopping. So we're going to keep going regardless. So something to remember while you're going grocery shopping, and pretty much in any situation, is you can't control what other people do. You can't control where they're going, but you can control yourself and how you react. One thing I highly suggest is being patient. I like to pull off to the side if I feel like it's too congested or if I get overwhelmed. Yesterday, I almost had a panic attack right when I got into the grocery store because it was a lot busier than I anticipated it to be. But I used a lot of these techniques to help me get through it. Remembering that I can control myself. I pull myself aside and I just kind of wait. And I'm patient. I wait for some people to filter through. If you're at an intersection, I always like to pull off to the side and just be patient and wait. And focus on your breathing. Breathing helps a whole lot. Breathing in the positivity and out the negativity. One of the best techniques that I've used is breathing in through your nose and then exhaling out through your mouth as if you're blowing out a candle. That actually slows your heart down and helps bring your anxiety down. So I highly suggest, if you're ever in a situation where you're feeling anxious, breathing. Counting helps some people, that doesn't help me, but everybody's different. So if you need to count while you wait, do that. Try some of these things out. You might not know what works for you. Okay, so my next point is to remember that it's not a race, and that really you can take as long as you want in the grocery store. And right now it's kind of hard because I know there's that pressure. Oh, I don't want to be in the store longer than I have to because I don't want to come into contact with anything that I may not want to come in contact with, like, COVID. But sometimes you need to slow down and realize that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And I know that sounds really silly, but when you work through problems, it helps you develop better skills. So take your time in the grocery store. If you feel like you need to scan the shelves, step back and do that, and just make sure you're out of people's way. One thing that I really don't like doing is approaching people being like, excuse me, not rude like, but just saying excuse me to let people know, hey, you're in front of what I need. I don't like that social interaction. So I patiently wait until they move. And sometimes I think that that's silly because I'm just standing there waiting and watching, but I can't get past that barrier. And it seems so simple, but it's so totally not for me. And maybe it's not for you either. So patience. I know I've said that like I don't even know how many times, but it's really important. Rushing will actually heighten your anxiety, and you don't want to make it worse than it already is. Make sure you're focusing at the task on hand. Don't worry about what's going on outside. Don't worry about what that person's grabbing. Don't worry about any of your other problems, because grocery shopping can be stressful in itself. And if you've got all that other stuff going on in your head, that's just going to make it worse. And it exacerbates, and it's like a snowball effect. So try to make sure that you're focused. Focus on your list if you have one. And words, stuff, I don't know what I was about to say. Anyway, one thing that I've been working on personally is asking myself, am I willing? Am I willing to let a trip to the grocery store ruin my day? Am I willing to let anxiety control me? No, I'm not. If you take a few moments, sit back and ask yourself these questions, are you willing to let it get to you? It may help. I'm not guaranteeing any of this is going to be 100% helpful for anybody. Everybody has their own coping mechanisms when it comes to stress and anxiety. But these are just a few of them that have helped me a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, I still struggle with going grocery shopping, even with all of these tips and tricks, because it's not something that you can, I wanna say fix, but you don't heal from it overnight. Certain things are gonna take longer than other things to heal from. And social anxiety is one of my biggest issues, even with medication. So just be patient with yourself. And remember, always remember that no matter how far you got, it wasn't a failure, because you learn every single time you have any encounter you have, whether it be at the grocery store or going, shopping for new clothing. If you feel like you're getting overwhelmed and you just need to get out of there, make sure to breathe. And remember that you're not going to feel that way forever. And if you felt that way before, remember, you've gotten through it. Because, as my lovely painting says, you're strong, because with every conflict you've overcome. You're still here today. You've gotten through everything that you've gotten through. And you should celebrate that, because that's important. And be grateful that you really are strong inside, because you are. And a lot of times I know that it's so hard to not see that inside and to just see the failures. But you really are strong and you really can get through it. So don't give up on yourself and keep on fighting. So that's all I really wrote down about how to survive the grocery store if you have anxiety, or even if you have mental illness or whatnot. I feel like I keep doing this with my hands, and I have no idea why, but I have this thing where I have to use my hand. It's one of those anxiety things. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully some of these tips and tricks can help you with dealing with going grocery shopping and all the chaos that it entails. And if you happen to watch this video and they do help you, I'd love to hear about what does and doesn't work for you. I'm always looking for tips to help me out, whether it be even getting gas. I know that's so silly, getting gas in the car, but that gives me anxiety too. I don't even have to interact with somebody. I can just pay at the pump. But maybe that's for another day. For now, I want to say thanks for listening. And if you liked this content, I plan to make more how to survive videos, how to survive in different situations with anxiety, as well as how to survive in fast food. So yeah, like and subscribe if you liked it. And I don't know when my next video is going to come out, but I hope to come out with one soon, and I'll see you then. Bye.